So as we take a look at the ledger for the additions and subtractions, the major additions, Max Fried, obviously. Devin Williams, I think, is going to be a bigger add than Yankees fans are talking about. I mean, we've talked about it several times. Just not having Clay Holmes blow 13 or 14 saves, whatever it was, will make the Yankees better. Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, and Fernando Cruz, another guy who I think is underrated. He's got some nasty strikeout stuff, and you pair him with Matt Blake, I think you might see some dangerous stuff. Subtractions, obviously, Benedict Soto, Clay Holmes, Alex Verdugo, Anthony Rizzo, Gleyber Torres, Jose Trevino, and Tommy Kahnle. And the Yankees are counting on improvement from Volpe, Wells, Chisholm, Dominguez, Stanton, hopefully, Loizaga, who they just re-signed, and Ben Rice, who contributed a little bit last year, but struggled a little bit. I still think they could use one more infielder, preferably a lefty bat. And go ahead and post your grades for this offseason in the comments. But what's your grade, A to F on the offseason?
I feel like a very solid, and I'm going with pure instinct. First thing that comes to mind right now, very solid B. I think I would give it a very solid B. You lost Juan Soto to the Mets. That sucks. The plan B was pretty well executed. I feel like you got one of the best available pitchers on the market. You got a very versatile athletic player in Cody Bellinger, a lefty bat that you needed. His dad was a Yankee, which is kind of cool. And Devin Williams, literally, I think arguably the best closer in the game, if not top three. So those three moves right there are very solid. I do think Fernando Cruz is going to be lethal. I just kind of have a feel. Sometimes they like acquire a guy and you're like, who is this? And he just ends up being sick. Like, I just kind of think that Matt Blake is going to sprinkle some of that magic on there and he's just going to be lethal for us. I just feel that way. So I think the bullpen is going to be much better than it was last year. Losing Soto sucks. You move on. I don't think the offense will be as good, but the pitching is going to be. I don't think we've ever had a pitching staff this good, like all around, honestly, in a long time.
Well, I mean, ever's a long time. Yeah, we've had some good ones. I'd say this is the best pitching staff since '99.
In the Judge era.
Oh, yeah, in the Judge era. Yeah.
Definitely in the Judge era.
Yeah, I'd say it's the best pitching staff on paper since '99. Now, to grade their offseason properly, I have to kind of set, like, what's an A offseason and what's a F offseason. So like, an A offseason would be the Dodgers, obviously. I mean, they got everybody, right? The Yankees have only had maybe a couple of A off seasons in my life. I would say the 08-09 off season where you got the three big free agents, Burnett and Sabathia and Teixeira. You went out and traded for Nick Swisher. That was obviously an A off season. I thought so even before they won the World Series. It couldn't go much better. But they haven't filled that last infield spot, right? They still need, and even Cashman said yesterday it's incomplete. I think he would grade it as incomplete. I'm giving it a B- right now. I think there's room for improvement. I think they could have done more. To me, an A is if you sign Soto and do everything that they also did, like get Max Fried and Devin. There's no way they're going to do that. I mean, they could afford it. They could absolutely afford it, but they're not going to go that far over the luxury tax. That would have been A. I think that I'm going to give them a B-. If they add a competent, like if they signed Bregman, I get that would contradict what I said earlier about blocking some guys. That would push it up to a B+ for me. It would have to be a pillow contract. I'm not giving him 6 years. I'm talking like 2 years, like the opt-out that Pete Alonso just got.
The Pete Alonso deal, yeah.
Yeah, the Pete Alonso. I would give the Pete Alonso deal to Bregman in a nanosecond. And that would give it a B+ offseason for me. But right now, as it stands, B-.